So with the answers that I just gave as an example, and it's speculating something that is maybe it's happening, and please use it. Please use it. And don't, that's why I don't, some students, yes, they, I don't know, you try to speak, try to participate, good for you. The rest that I'm having problems with, maybe they're the internet and everything, is that I don't see that. And that is really worry for me because I cannot evaluate. And when I see this type of exercises, I can see that speaking is a bit of in trouble. And it's the most important part. So right now, because I have some crazy ideas and I love TED Talks, yeah, I'm a fan of TED Talks. We're gonna watch a 12-minute video, and I'm gonna cut it, and I'll be asking anything. Okay, so we're gonna be practicing a bit of the listening and speaking of this technology. So you please take notes. Please take notes. Please get all your intelligence at work because I know that you do. Yeah, and you're amazing. You do so many things. So this is a joke for you. Okay. This gentleman is not English. He's I don't know where he's from. Yeah, I think he's English. Yeah, but he has a strong accent. So just listen a bit, and I'll be cutting and I'll be asking, what's your opinion? What do you think? Do you agree? Not. I don't want anyone to be silent. If I have that death silence, that means that huh? So the speaking, I mean the listening is a problem because I have to reproduce. Yeah. See, so we need to do this. Okay, it's already, it doesn't have any subtitles, anything, but I searched for something fun. Okay, with technology.
I'm going to let you in on a secret from Silicon Valley. Unicorns live in trees. I learned this from my daughter about 6 months ago. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon. We were playing in the park in Palo Alto. We were building nests for unicorns out of twigs. And as my daughter regaled me with stories of the complexities and intricacies of unicorn society, I did that thing. I did that sneaky thing, you know, where you get your phone out, you hold it down next to your thigh, and you subtly check it just to see if there's anything important happening in the world, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has updated his Instagram, which he had. I got somewhat absorbed in that. And then I noticed something. Silence. I looked up, and there she was, silently, patiently watching me, judging me. I was busted. And then she slowly, carefully twisted the knife by saying, "Daddy, when is it my turn for you to look at me?" And once I pulled myself back together, I reflected in that moment on the fact that this amazing device that most of us have on us most of the time, this thing that connects us to the important people in our lives, to all the news that is happening in the world and to most of the world's knowledge, this incredible piece of technological advancement had forced me to look at it. It had insinuated itself between me and my child. It had made me a worse person. But I knew it was going to do it again. Now, as someone whose profession is to design new experiences using new technology, this gave me some pause. Like, how had it come to this? If you look at the newspapers, you can see there's abundant reasons for us to start to get pessimistic about technology and our relationship with it. And the stakes are only getting higher. There are more new technologies coming at us faster with higher consequence than ever before. Genome science, AI, nanotechnology, the list goes on. They're happening at a speed and at a scale that is going to make what happened with the internet look trivial. It's not going to stop. It's going to profoundly affect every single one of our lives, whether we like it or not. And we're feeling this lack of control. We're feeling this manipulation. We're feeling somehow diminished by it. It's only natural that we want to apportion some blame. So what's the blame? Is it technology itself? I don't think so. In fact, every new technology that humans have ever engaged with has always been a double-edged sword. Ever since the first caveman picked up the first rock and decided whether to crack open the coconut for dinner or crack open his next door neighbor's skull and eat their dinner, technology could go either way. It's more a function of the path that we put it on than it is the technology itself. Okay, so does that mean that the moment that we are in is caused by bad people with bad intentions? I don't think that's the case either. I live and work in Silicon Valley amongst the people that populate the companies that are giving us these experiences. And in general, they're really good people. They're smart, and they're creative, they're idealistic. They want to invent new things that make people's lives better. This is not what they had in mind either. You just got to look at some of the mission statements of some of the big tech companies in Silicon Valley to see audaciously stated good intentions. And honestly, I think that's part of the problem here, is eagerness to scale. It's that audacity of intention. It means that people want to have as much impact as possible as fast as they can. And the tendency is to just put their heads down and start sprinting. But they can be sprinting in slightly the wrong direction. And then all of the thousands of micro decisions that accumulate between intention and reality can cause it to veer off further. But the good news is that something can be done, and it's not that hard. I know from my own experience working in design.
Okay, so in this part, the first part, he says all the negativity that he has seen in his own life with his daughter. But what does he precisely want to show us about that negativity? What? Anything that comes to your mind? That caught your attention? Yes, yes, yes.
Miss, maybe technology addiction in the picture say something like that. Technology addiction.
Technology addiction. So that is one of the negative things he says. Okay, all right. Anything else? That it was interesting for you to hear this first part? How does he feel about this technology right now? With everything that he had to face.
Miss, he said that he was an author too, because the technology for him was a tool to develop uh, new tools for every work, maybe for
Mm,
every space.
mm. Yeah, very good. Very good. So he used it too. All right. So let's get his accent is Australian. Yeah. That's why he's like singing a bit. It's like like Tarijeñito, but he speaks English, okay? English. Let's continue.
With new technology, that there are basic things that we can do to help technology to be good. I'm going to share the three most important ones with you with some real-life examples. First thing that we can do to help technology to be good is to start with people. Entrepreneurs often have an idea and then are on a mission to make it happen as expeditiously as possible. Seems reasonable, but I've learned that it's always worthwhile to take a moment and find out what matters to people, the people that you're innovating for. What's important to them? What's meaningful to them? What's going on in their lives? Now, this sounds really obvious, but you'd be surprised at how infrequently it happens. What you see here might be familiar to some of you. It's a breast pump. It's a device that allows mothers to maintain a supply of their milk when they're not directly breastfeeding. It's a great idea. But as you can see from the image, it's pretty complicated contraption. One of our teams recently worked with a company called Willow to invent a new breast pump. Now you might think, when inventing one of these things, that an important thing would be how fast it works. If you make it a powerful pump, you're able to draw the milk out faster, and you're therefore able to afford the mother more time to get on with all the other important things that she has to do. But when we spent some time getting interested in what was actually going on with mothers, we realized that the important thing was not speed, but shame. Shame's a powerful emotion when it comes to breastfeeding. Mothers feel ashamed if they don't breastfeed, and then they can be made to feel ashamed if they do in public. And that turned into a design principle around dignity, or the refusal to feel shame. How might we make every decision in creating a new breast pump with dignity at the core? Why should women feel ashamed of a superpower? That in turn led to this, which is a compact, battery-powered, wearable breast pump that women can discreetly insert into their bra, and they can pump and achieve their breastfeeding goals without having to put their life on pause. It wasn't the easiest solution to get to. It's not the fastest pump. It's not the cheapest. But we're hearing that mothers love it. The second thing we can do to help technology to be good is to be wrong early. A lot of innovators have a vision about what they want to achieve, and they're driven and motivated by that vision. But the thing about visions is they don't have any nasty surprises in them, and reality always does. Another one of our teams was designing one of the first virtual reality headsets. The idea was to contemporize the old Viewmaster 3D slide viewer that those of us of a certain age remember fondly from Mattel. And we're going to use a parent's smartphone to create a stereo display that a kid could then use to experience VR. We built a prototype to allow us to experience that early, to allow us to see if there was any unforeseen complications that we might want to get ahead of. So this prototype was this compact, lightweight holder for the screen with a nice comfortable strap around the head. We put it on a little boy. He saw the virtual world for the first time. He's like, this is awesome. And then he just started running, bam, straight into the first wall. This was a good thing to learn early. We removed the head strap. We made the design, that was the first prototype. We removed the head strap. We made the design a little bigger and bulkier, so the little kids got bored holding it up after about 30 seconds. We designed digital content that could be enjoyed in 30-second bites, and then it became a viable product. Also gave the parents more opportunity to grab their phone back. The third thing that you can do to help technology to be good is to get out of your own bubble. Like-minded people get excited about the same ideas. They all start working on them together. That's great, but it can lead to blind spots. So I've learned that it's really important to seek diverse perspective and critique as you're developing your idea. This is Barbara. She's our company's oldest employee. She might actually be Silicon Valley's oldest employee. She's 94. She's holding a prototype that she built. And for years, Barbara has been working with our youthful and exuberant design teams to give them feedback on things they might not have realized. Time and time again, Barbara has helped our people see past their blind spots and improve the quality of their designs. So there are three simple things we can do to help technology to be good. Simple but profound. I believe that if we start with people, build prototypes, and seek perspective, then we can move forward with technology in a way that allows us to put our fingers on the scale and cause the pros to outweigh the cons. And if enough creative, idealistic people share that belief, then I think we've got every reason to be optimistic about our relationship with technology and look beyond this uncomfortable moment that we're in right now. So next time I'm with my daughter and there are unicorns around, I'm going to keep the phone in my pocket and I'm going to imagine the amazing things that we can create together to improve people's lives and make the world a better place. And who knows, maybe someday we'll be able to bring those unicorns to life. Thank you.
All right, so he's
Unicorns
yeah.
live in trees.
Wait a second. Okay, so let's talk about those 3 points and the examples that he mentioned. Do you agree, disagree? What is your point of view? The first one was
Start with people.
are with people. What example did he mention there?
I don't remember. I didn't remember the name, but it's the thing that mothers use for milk. I don't know.
Yes,
What
it's a
is
yeah, it's a pumpkin milk device for women that are giving milk to their children. And what is interesting about that part? What what is his point of view? Because in Latin America, we don't have that traumatized idea. Yeah, we can see many women breastfeeding their children, but in other parts, they want what? Something specific for women.
Means maybe to maintain the feed with the children.
Mm, no. Well, the cure. It's not in other countries. Breastfeeding is like something really strange. Men and women feel like no, it's a shock for many. In our societies, it's not like that. Yeah, we're more open-minded in that part. But for others, is the core. Yeah, decoro for not to show, right, and the sensation. And that's why he mentions that they built that type of device for women just to be, I don't know, to feel better, yeah, because they know the type of women that they're around with. Okay, so that is something. Yeah, keywords. All right. The second point was
be wrong early.
okay. Yes. So what was the example of that part?
This thing that virtual reality.
Yes. Yes. So they had continue, Miss Allison.
Sorry. Oh, it was my cousin.
Okay. What else can you say about that device for virtual reality that they didn't do something when building? Anybody? Oh, testing. They had to test it first.
What was the question, me? Sorry, I cannot
The
listen
example. The
properly.
example of the second
Oh,
part.
oh, I think that they did a lot of how can I say, they proved their creation in young people, and for example, this thing to be more comfortable for their heads,
Uh-huh.
maybe.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. And the third point, what was it?
Get out on bubble.
Get out of the bubble. And what does that mean? What did you get from the last part?
Try something new.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, because the use and getting out of your head and accept something, right? So as you can see from this really 12-minute TED Talks, I'm not telling you, oh, you need to listen to this all the time, but evaluate yourself. How is your listening and understanding, comprehension, and speaking about it? Yeah, so we have to be realistic. It's not just the book is this, the book is that. Is if I am there, if I have to, I don't know, face this, how can I, how can I do it? How can I practice this? So whatever you do, whatever subject you enjoy doing, or teaching or learning, do it in English. My advice to you. It's pretty easy what we have in the text. Yeah, it's preparing you for the test. But when we go to the reality is frustration, and it's normal because there will be people with accents, Australian accent. I done translations for Australians that I got frustrated, I couldn't understand, and I told them to repeat like 25 times, and they were so patient with me, and they said, "Fine, I'll speak slower." I was like so embarrassed because I couldn't get it. And then I got it, but it had to be many times. So please don't just wait for things to happen like this. Oh, I'm gonna learn English. You have to do it yourself. Okay? So please get prepared. Uh, I don't know what else to say, but you need to practice and practice and practice. If you don't have anyone to practice with, watch this type of videos and talk about it. Talk about it. Talk to yourself. Talk in the mirror. Record yourself. I don't know. Do things. Okay? So let's continue with our book. And we have language for writing. Yeah? Nice language for writing the grammar. So adverbs and adverbial phrases. To start, we have number one. Which of the adverbs and adverb phrases given could be used to complete sentence A to F? Please choose. There could be more than one. Yeah. Some of them are just one. Please start. Can we check? It's easy, right? Let's do it. A, tell me.
Vastly.
Very good. I can use vastly, also completely. Yeah, both of them. Then B.
Conclusively,
Yes. And one more.
definitely,
Yes. Yes, yes. C. C is highly and statistically. These two. D.
Sharply.
Very good. And one more. Rapidly. Rapidly. E. What do you have? E, 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 e. Amazingly. Also not surprising. Not surprising. And for F, you have 4.
clearly,
Clearly,
Yes, clearly. Another one?
seriously,
Seriously, yes. Another one. 2 more.
Severely.
Very good. And one more. Consistently. Consistently. This also. Okay. So we have adverbs and adverbial phrases that could be used in these sentences. Now, this is interesting. Number 2. We have 8 minutes, so I think we have enough time. Adverbs and adverbial phrases are often used at the beginning of a sentence to indicate the writer's attitude to the statements that follow, like this. Interestingly, the number of women in the workforce has almost doubled in the last 2 decades. Okay, so we have interestingly, it's an adverb. So group the attitude adverbs and adverb phrases below under the categories 1 to 3 they most closely relate to. So number 1 was certainty, expectation like astonishingly, evaluation, importance more importantly, or generalization, generally speaking. So group these attitude adverbs in 1, 2, or 3. Please do it. Okay. Do you need enough time or you finished? You need more time or you finished? Sorry.
More time, miss, please.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes. Don't worry. Continue doing. And tomorrow we'll check, okay? So have a great evening, everybody. Continue.